Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am here today to tell you not to believe the lie. Don't believe the lie. And the lie is that you are alone and you are the only one going through whatever stressful situation you're going through right now. Because that is a big lie. You are not alone and you're not the only one that's going through that stressful situation or whatever it is that's going on in your life. And why is it important for you to remember that and for me to also remember that is when we go into isolation, it can cause us to allow our minds to go all types of places, right? I don't know if you could identify with me, but sometimes, like my husband, he reminded me, and I know I always like talk about this man, but hey, he reminded me that he heard from one of his, he shared with me something that one of his co-workers mentioned to him. And that sometimes the enemy or the greater enemy is the inner me, right? And I could really identify with that because I'm telling you, some of the thoughts, some of the negative things that come into my mind when I'm going through a stressful time or when things seem not to be going okay, it could be so surprising. You're like, how did you get all the way negative, Rachel? Like, how did you even think about that particular thing? How did you I don't know, like you hit your toe but your whole foot is hurting you right now. Like I don't know if some of y'all like that or maybe you know someone who's like that, right? Like it's like a dot but then you just see a whole circle, right? And I just want you to know it's so important, especially as we're talking about this thing of stress and how many diseases and the effects of stress on the lives, on our families, ourselves. Some of this stuff can actually be avoided if we become intentional and we become aware of some of the thoughts that we have, some of the things that bombard our minds, some of the things that the enemy loves to throw our way. And one of those things is to make us feel as if we are the only ones going through whatever it is we are going through. Make it feel like you can't talk to someone, or you can't, or someone else will not understand, or that you'll be judged, or whatever the situation is. But know that you are not alone. You're not the only one going through it. There's nothing new under the sun. There's nothing new under the sun. So this week, I want you to think about sharing it with, number one, God, and also thinking about the different people in your lives. Yes, it's important for you not necessarily to go and tell everyone. You got to be discerning as to who it is you're going to share whatever that information is. But a lot of us are dying silently. A lot of us feel that we are alone in whatever it is that we are going through. But that is a huge lie. You're not alone. You're not the only person who is going through. And you do not have to go through this stuff in silence, in isolation. Another thing that I was mentioning how my husband's doing this particular class, and I think the researcher or the doctor, he had mentioned that there was this study that was done, and it found that women who went through I think it was stressful event or whatever, did not have a higher chance of cancer. It said women who were in isolation alone, it didn't show that they had a higher chance of cancer, but those who went through a stressful event but went through it in isolation, the two together, it showed that they had a higher chance of cancer. And so it just shows how important community is, how important it is to get this stuff out. And so I also want to leave with us for this week Proverbs 17, verse 22. And the Amplified Version says, "A happy heart is good medicine, and a joyful mind causes healing, but a broken spirit dries up the bones." A broken spirit dries up the bones. Yes, we deal with stress. It's all around us, but we can't stay in that state. So I just want to encourage us all to really take some time, and just look within, journal, find somebody that you trust, and spend some time with the Lord and just pour your heart out. Because listen, it's not worth it, y'all. It is not worth it. It's not worth it. Let's be proactive. Let's not wait till all these type of diseases and all these things just hit us to want to deal with it. Hey, I could testify to that, right? So just be encouraged, and I look forward to seeing you all next video. Until next time.